Welcome to The Real Deal on this rather rainy and wet Friday. I don't know what you have planned for this weekend, but let's hope it involves having a look at some properties and not just lying in bed and Netflixing. Having a look at properties around Brisbane, we're seeing a few more listings coming up. I think there's a lot of people beginning to realise now is in fact a great time to sell, and there's also only really a very limited amount of time before we have the election. So the big question is, in John McGrath's real estate conversation, is now a good time to sell? Well, if we look at what's going on around the world, we've woken up this morning and the first thing my husband said to me when he handed me a coffee is, there is now a full-scale war going on between Russia and the Ukraine. So we're in a very different place today than we were in last week. Of course, we thought COVID was a problem. We thought our biggest problem was working out whether we have the Moderna or the Pfizer booster. We're in a very different place today. And of course, how does this impact our world? Well, we all know that there's an election coming up, and that's always a big thing, and that always stalls properties somewhat, or the real estate market. It gets very, very quiet typically. Now, we can use the word typically and look back in time historically and try and make sense of what happened in a different season and a different time, but we're in very different times. There's this great t-shirt that you can buy. It says, normal isn't coming back, but Jesus is. And I kind of think, wow, well, please come soon. Anyway, I digress. Moving back to a good time to sell. It's definitely now. And I would also like to remind you that the Anzac Day weekend is actually, in fact, a long weekend. So that means that a lot of people will probably be taking advantage of the last of the warmer weather and going off camping, or something along those lines, as they normally do, going off to Strati, as many Brisbaneites do during the Anzac Day weekend, if there is a long weekend, and there is this time. So there's only a limited amount of time. Then we go into school holidays, and then of course we have the election coming up. So if you're sitting on the fence, not quite sure what to do, I would say the time is now. I'd love to chat to you. Feel free to give me a call, and you can do so via DMing me, or otherwise call me on 0401 78 116, or otherwise come along to one of my open homes and we can arrange a time to catch up. We've got 3 appraisals coming up today. It's great to be busy. It's great to know that people are confidently listing and making the most of the current market. Catch you soon.